Most people think their cat sleeps with them for one simple reason: warmth, a soft bed, a steady body heat, a comfortable place to curl up for the night, and on the surface, that explanation feels right. But if warmth was the only thing your cat wanted, they wouldn't choose you, because your home is full of warm places, blankets, couches, sun-soaked corners, even spots you never notice. Yet night after night, they walk past all of that and settle next to you. So the real question isn't why your cat likes your bed, it's why your cat chooses you when they're at their most vulnerable. Because for a cat, sleep is not a casual state, it's exposure. Out in the wild, falling asleep means letting your guard down. It means trusting that nothing around you is going to change suddenly. No threats, no surprises, no need to react. And cats are built to react. Their nervous system is wired for alertness, for scanning, for constantly checking what's happening around them. But when a cat sleeps deeply, that system softens, the tension fades, the edge disappears just a little. And if your cat can reach that state next to you, then something important is happening. Because it was never just about warmth. If it were, your cat would choose the best heat source. Instead, they choose the place where their body feels the least need to stay on guard. That's a completely different kind of comfort. Have you ever noticed how your cat settles in? Not just where they sleep, but how. Sometimes they circle first, adjust, pause, as if they're checking something you can't see, and then, slowly, their body lowers, their muscles loosen, their breathing changes. That moment right there, that shift, is what you're actually witnessing. Not sleep, but trust forming in real time, because your presence changes something in their internal state. And a big part of that comes from something you don't even think about: your scent. To you, it's invisible. To your cat, it's everything. Cats map their world through smell. It tells them what's familiar, what's safe, what belongs. When your cat lies next to you, they're not just near your body, they're surrounded by a scent they've already marked as non-threatening, predictable, stable, safe. And over time, that scent stops being just familiar, it becomes regulating, meaning your presence doesn't just comfort them, it actually helps their body relax faster. That's why some cats won't just sleep near you. They press against you, lean into you, or position themselves so part of their body is always touching yours. It's not random, it's not clingy, it's a physical way of staying connected to something their system trusts. And once that connection is there, something else starts to happen. Your cat begins to associate you with the ability to fully let go. Not partially, not lightly resting, but real, deeper sleep. And that's not a small thing, because cats don't give that level of vulnerability away easily. They choose it, carefully, quietly, repeatedly. Have you ever paid attention to where your cat sleeps on the bed? Closer to your head, at your feet, pressed against your side? Each position says something slightly different. A cat near your head is drawn to your breath, your scent, your presence at its strongest point. A cat at your feet might want closeness, but still keep a little distance just in case. And a cat pressed against your body is choosing full contact, minimal space, minimal separation. That's not convenience, that's intention. And even when they look completely asleep, a small part of them isn't. Cats don't shut off the way humans do. There's always a layer of awareness running quietly in the background, tracking sounds, noticing movement, sensing changes in the environment. Sometimes you'll see it. A slight ear twitch, a small shift in position, a moment where their eyes open just enough to check the room. Then they settle again. But here's the part most people miss. They're doing all of that while staying next to you. Not across the room, not hidden somewhere else, next to you. Which means even in that semi-alert state, your presence is still the center point they orient around. And over time, something even deeper begins to form. Your cat starts adjusting their rhythm around yours. Naturally, cats are most active at dawn and dusk. That's how their instincts are wired. But a bonded cat doesn't follow instinct alone. They start syncing just slightly with your routine. Sleeping when you sleep, settling when you settle, being nearby when you're still. Not because they have to, but because your presence becomes part of the environment they feel most at ease in. It's subtle. You won't notice it all at once, but it shows up in patterns, in repetition, in the quiet consistency of your cat choosing the same place, the same time, the same proximity to you, night after night. And if you really think about it, they don't have to do that. They could sleep anywhere, at any time, alone, undisturbed, completely independent. But they don't. They leave those options behind and come back to the same spot, next to you, again and again. And that choice, as small and silent as it looks, isn't random, because somewhere between instinct and experience, your cat has learned that being near you changes how their body feels, not just safer, but calmer, more settled, less on edge. And once that connection forms, it goes beyond simple comfort. It becomes something their system starts to rely on in ways that are easy to overlook, especially in the one moment of the day when they let everything else go. There's a difference between a cat choosing to sleep near you and a cat needing you there to fully settle. At first it looks the same. They curl up beside you. They stay through the night. They come back the next day. But over time, something shifts. Because your presence doesn't just become familiar. It becomes regulating. Your breathing, your stillness, even the subtle rhythm of your body at rest. All of it starts to form a kind of anchor for them. Cats are incredibly sensitive to patterns in their environment, and when something is consistent, predictable, non-threatening, their nervous system starts to organize around it. That's what's happening when your cat sleeps deeply next to you. They're not just choosing a place, they're choosing a state, and somehow, your body helps them reach it faster. Have you ever noticed how some cats don't just lie next to you? They press into you, not lightly, but firmly, as if they're trying to reduce the space between you to almost nothing. That's not just affection, that's contact with purpose, because physical touch gives them continuous feedback. It tells them, you're still here, nothing has changed, you're not alone even while they're asleep. For some cats, that contact becomes a kind of reference point, like holding onto something steady in a world that's always shifting. And that's why they don't just do it once. They repeat it, night after night, in the same way, in the same place, at the same time. Because repetition for a cat means one thing: it works. It helps their system settle, it helps them let go. And once something does that, they hold on to it, quietly, without making it obvious, but consistently. And this is where people often misunderstand what they're seeing. They think their cat is just forming a habit, or being a little dependent, or just liking comfort. But this isn't about comfort in the simple sense. It's about regulation. There's a big difference. Comfort is optional. Regulation is something the body seeks out. And when your cat comes back to you every night, it's not because they can't be alone. It's because being near you has become one of the easiest ways for their body to feel balanced. That's a much deeper kind of connection. And it also explains something that confuses a lot of people. Why a cat that seems so independent during the day suddenly becomes quiet, close, and almost soft at night. During the day, your cat is alert, moving, observing, holding a certain level of readiness. But at night, that layer drops, and they choose where they're going to place that vulnerability. They could hide it, keep it to themselves, retreat somewhere out of reach, but instead they bring it closer to you, not loudly, not dramatically, just by showing up and lying down beside you. Over time, that becomes part of your shared rhythm. Something you don't talk about, something you don't think about much, but it's there, built through repetition, through small, quiet decisions your cat keeps making, until one day you realize this isn't occasional, it's a pattern. And patterns like that don't form without a reason. But here's something even more important. If your cat suddenly stops sleeping with you, it doesn't mean the bond disappeared. It means something in their experience changed. Maybe the room feels different. Maybe there's a new sound, a new scent, a subtle shift you haven't noticed. Or maybe their body feels different, more sensitive, more cautious, less able to settle the way they used to. Cats don't explain these changes, they just adjust, quietly. So instead of asking, why doesn't my cat want to be near me anymore? A better question is, what changed in the way this space feels to them? Because the behavior was never random, which means the change isn't random either, and understanding that keeps you from turning their distance into something personal, when really, it's communication, just in a form that's easy to miss. The truth is, cats don't express connection the way humans expect. They don't announce it. They don't make it obvious. Most of the time they look independent, detached, even uninterested. But connection for a cat shows up in choices. Small ones, repeated ones, like where they go when everything is quiet, like where they decide to let their guard down, like who they stay next to when there's no reason to be anywhere at all. And if, night after night, that place has been beside you, then whatever you call that, it's not simple, it's not accidental, it's something your cat arrived at, on their own, without needing to prove it, without needing you to notice, just through the quiet certainty of coming back, again and again, to the same place where their body can finally rest.